lesson 76, part 12. We're looking at Hogan's pane of glass on page 88. The first pane of glass on page 78. Now what Mr. Hogan shows is that lovely image, the big general picture of the swing plane. And then he shows that in the downswing, the plane shifts and he actually has a shallower plane in the swing. And a lot of people worry about that. Now I've got a couple of things to say about it. Personally, there is plane shift, but I don't think you have to worry about it. I think if you coil in plane and then deliver a great blow, yes, you will shallow, you will drop, and so on. So I don't believe you have to teach it. I would want it to happen because of what's gone before. I would never want people going back and consciously dropping and shallowing the plane. I think it's unnatural. The shift is just instinctive and is a reaction. Now you can also see Mr. Hogan continuing, again, probably 8 pages too late, but he's standing down the line, the ball target line with his friend, and he's holding his forearm at an angle, and he's checking that the plane line goes from the ball through the upper sternum. So he's quite consistent with that all the way through. So that's the plane line, and the shaft address plane is just a fairy tale. Don't worry about it. Let's have a look at the plane shift then. If this swing was rather sort of passive, I would load and deliver on pretty much the same plane. But we know that the swing is dynamic. We know that when we go back and the hips and legs drop. So I do believe the plane shifts, but I don't think it's something you have to worry about. All right, here we go. So ultra slow motion. I'm going to load the left shoulder for you to my ideal plane, and now I'm going to release the shot. Now you can hear how good the strike was, right down the line. And I'm pretty sure that if you film in slow motion and track the journey to the sweet spot in the butt of the club, you'd have seen a shift inside. So Mr. Hogan says he shifted plane. I personally believe that he didn't go back on plane and then drop to an incorrect plane. I believe Mr. Hogan went back above the plane and shallowed to the plane. So let's suppose I set up and play a perfect swing, and then you teach me to drop. Well, the ball's going to go to the right. Okay? When Mr. Hogan played, particularly his driver, he was a bit cupped, he lagged here, and the club tracked outside and above, and then got onto plane. So in his backswing, he was working that way, okay, and then he came down and he shallowed. Now there's lots of pros out there, go on Twitter, go on all the social media, you're hearing the phrase shallow the plane, shallow the shaft plane, shallow the shaft plane. It's a non-issue for me. I don't think about the hammer's handle when I'm hitting the nail. I don't think about the racket, the tennis racket handle when playing tennis. I think about the ball. Now my belief is this: if I coil and come over the top and pull it, the shaft rises, a bad shot. If I want the plane to shallow, if I want the plane to shift a bit in a Hogan-esque manner, I just got to think about the shot. So if I load and go steep, I'm going to hit a shot that goes left. But if I make a full backswing and hit the ball at 12:30, 1 o'clock, so if we say now that the target line, let's wait for the screen to clear. So if we say that the target is 12 o'clock, if I go back and deliver and the ball starts just right of the flag, that is enough to shallow the shaft plane. Here we go, load and through. So I'm quite happy with that. I know that the ball has drawn from right to left, and I know the shaft was strong. It didn't rise or fall dramatically. Okay, let's put it in a nutshell. You load your shoulder in the plane and you deliver to 12:30, 1 o'clock. If the ball's starting left, then we've got a problem.